Today, we remount Shakespeare's naughty bits. God, that just feels right. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, naughty bits, since there's this really interesting moment in the Tempest that totally sounds like a dirty joke, but isn't. In Act 2, Scene 2 of The Tempest, Stephano, a drunken butler, says of his escape from the shipwreck at the beginning of the play, "I escaped upon a butt of sack, which the sailors heaved o'erboard." Butt of sack! No. See, butt of sack sounds super raunchy to our ears, but that's due to modern euphemisms. The phrase butt of sack has two potential false dirty words in it, and we're going to take a look at both. So, in due time, we'll reach the butt, but for now, we'll focus on the sack. Sack, in this context, or really any context in Shakespeare, has nothing to do with downstairs man pairs. It's actually referring to a type of alcohol. Sack is a dry white wine formerly imported into Britain from Spain and the Canaries. Modern sherry is descended from sack wine. Here are some examples of the term from Henry IV, Part 1. "Thou art so fat-witted with drinking of old sack."
"You rogue! Here's lime in this sack, too!"
Item, sack, 2 gallons. 5 shillings, 8 ducats. In that last quote about sack, the reckoning, or the bar tab, lists a measurement for the amount of sack purchased, 2 gallons, which is a lovely transition into our butt. A butt is a unit of measurement equal to 126 US gallons, or 108 imperial gallons. A single butt of something would be stored in a barrel or cask, referred to simply as a butt, exactly how like we would ask for a gallon of milk, when what we really mean is a gallon jug of milk. The word butt in this context comes from a completely different root word than butt, meaning your posterior. The barrel butt comes from the late Latin buttis, meaning cask, later becoming bot, which is the root word for bottle. And butt, meaning your tuchus, most likely comes from the Old English buttock. It's just an odd trick of language that the two became homonyms. So knowing all that, we can confidently say that a buttload is exactly 126 gallons. And going back to the Tempest, we can piece together what Stephano was actually saying. Since a butt is a barrel and sack is wine, he's saying that he escaped the shipwreck on a barrel of wine, which he's now in possession of. Which makes me wonder, how long is that much wine gonna last him? Well, a buttload, as we've established, is 126 gallons. If Stephano were only to drink wine, which he specifically says he'll do in Act 3, Scene 2, "When the butt is out, we will drink water. Not a drop before." And the recommended daily amount of water for a human is half a gallon, then a butt would last Stephano 252 days, or around 8.5 months. But Stephano isn't alone. He has Trinculo with him, which means, if they share equally, they'd still have 4 months worth of wine to drink before they'd even stoop to touching water. And that isn't even counting the amount they give Caliban. But I doubt the wine will even last them that long, since they are pretty drunk throughout the play, and drinking only a half a gallon of wine over the course of a day isn't actually enough to get a fully grown man drunk, believe it or not, since it's the equivalent of about 8 glasses of wine, or 1 glass of wine for every 2 hours that you're awake. So clearly, Stephano, Trinculo, and Caliban have been drinking way more than that. Not that I'm advocating that anyone actually try that, since you would get a massive case of scurvy, you'd be super dehydrated, your liver would probably explode before long, and the hangover would be excruciating. So not a good time. But now you know just how much sack Stephano, Trinculo, and Caliban had to get shwasted, which also gives you a good idea of just how long the king and his train had planned to be on that ship before it sank on its way back to Naples from Tunis, which, by the way, is only a 74-minute flight. Well, that's all for this one. As always, if you have an interest in Shakespeare, theater, or wordplay in general, take a second to like and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite Shakespearean and non-dirty jokes are in the comments below. Maybe I might make a video about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.